There's some really pretty rocks I found out in the lane. Look at the green on this one. And this one's got a little bit of a touch of purple to it. And this one is amazing. It is green and white swirls. Look at that. Gorgeous. This one's got a little touch of pink. And this one's also swirly. That one kind of looks like a piece of candy, doesn't it? And this one's got green stripes. These are the stones that haven't made it into the house yet. And if I walk along the stone wall, look at the size of this rock. It is huge. And here's some more of my collection. And there's some over here. Oh, this one. Look at this one. It is like a salmon pink and green. That's probably eucalyptus. And this is one of those swirly ones. And this one has a large garnet eye. Look at the eye on that. And this is a collection of almost purple rocks. In the sunlight, the sun's going down now because it's in the evening, but in the sunlight, they do look a little purple. And this rock is covered with lichen. That means it's been here quite a while. Oh, look at this one. If it has a white line going all the way around it, it is a wishing stone. And that is a wishing stone. And this one has a white line going all the way around it also. And if we come around to another really large rock, this is very special. This is a large orange quartz. Look at that. And it is surrounded by green and orange rock. And I think the orange ones are quartz. Some of the green ones might be quartz too. Like that's probably a green quartz right there. And then I've got a milky quartz here. Put that right on top. I'm going to tell a story about quartz in another video. This one's got garnets. Look at all the garnets in that. Howdy, Possum Patty here. Yes, I was just doing something you've never seen me do before, and that was put on some eye makeup. Possum Patty, why are you putting on some eye makeup? Well, this video is about my rock collection. What does eye makeup have to do with your rock collection? Well, come on along and I'll tell you. Welcome if you are new here, And I just want to explain a little bit about my Dirt Road Diary Journal. If you're a Possum Peep, you already know all about this, but there are a few new subscribers out there. So let me just do a brief, introduction to this learning journal. Now, a learning journal is not like sitting in a class and listening to a professor and taking notes and studying and having a test. Now, this is your own sort of personal experience with something that you are very interested in. So what I am doing is when I walk up the dirt road that is in front of our house, I call it the lane because it's only one car wide, and I have to walk about a quarter mile up the road, almost a quarter mile to get my mail and back. And sometimes I go down the end of the road and come back up again too. I pick up the little rocks that I find on the road. Now the road is made with fill that comes from a local quarry, and I don't know where else. All the rocks have to be local because they're not going to ship rocks in very far. And gets dumped on the road, to fill in the rut. So I'm always looking for some new kinds of rocks. Depending on what layer the quarry is blasting into, you're just going to get all different kinds of rocks. Anyway, to me, it's very interesting. I've always loved rocks. When I go out walking, I pick them up and I put them in my pocket, and I don't always learn too much about them. I have a lot of rocks I know nothing about. So I decided over the winter that I would look for all different kinds of rocks out on the road and see what I can learn about each one. So this is my Dirt Road Diary. Dirt Road Diary, just made from an old journal I bought at the flea market. Flat Stanley, he's my little helper. His quote is, "All rocks are stardust." And there is a picture of Flat Stanley right there. And yeah, I have some dates in here, but I was just label them like day 1, day 2, day 3. And that means day 1 of studying a rock and day 2 of studying a rock. And I've found all different kinds of rocks. And I'm trying to find something very interesting about that rock to help me remember the name of the rock, or what the rock is used for, or what the rock is made out of. And then I found a website that gives you the metaphysical properties of the mineral that's in the rock or the rock itself. And I'm using this is an old card. This was an old print, eco print I made with some elderberry ink from my elderberry tree. And this was something that Rhonda sent me about crystals. And this was just some funny stuff I was doing. I think Rhonda sent me these too. And the last one I did, which was my 14th day of studying rocks. And this was about all the different sandstones that I found out in the lane. And one of them's used to make brownstones in New York City. And I have the cactus here because it reminds me of sand, the desert, right? So day 15, I made this page, and let me show you first the rocks. Now, these rocks are spelled G-N-E-I-S-S, G-N-E-I-S-S, but you say gneiss. The G is silent, gneiss. And the interesting things about gneiss rocks, and they're all beautiful, all the gneiss rocks are gorgeous, is that they're metamorphic, so they're way down in the ground under lots of heat and pressure, and all this heat and pressure tends to line the minerals up. So they come with lines of different colors of minerals in it, or sometimes the lines are wavy because if there's some sort of mountain building plate tectonic thing going on, those lines can get wavy. And if it's steady pressure, they could be straight across. And the different minerals line up. I think they make beautiful designs. And, there's all kinds of minerals involved and different kinds of rocks. So if it's granite, you know what granite looks like a granite countertop. And if that kind of rock is buried down in the ground and goes through this metamorphic process, then all those different colors that are in the granite start lining up. Very, very interesting stuff. So I can show you some of the really fun ones I have. And this one you can see like a lighter gray and a darker gray and then a light green. And this one also has some green in it. And it's got the light gray, the darker gray, a white, and the green, and a lighter gray. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. And then there's some pink ones. So if you have some granite, say with pink and feldspar, pink feldspar and hornblende and different things in it, and it gets under pressure, they start lining up. You can see a streak of feldspar there, and some other minerals starting to line up. And this one, all the light pink is in the line, and then the gray is above and below it. That was baby possum calling. I had to answer the phone. Well, I can go and do this all night long. So let me show you the one special one that really got my interest. Now look at this. Is this not a double stuffed Oreo cookie or what? I found it just like this. Look at that. A double stuffed Oreo cookie, good enough to eat. Is it gluten-free? Yeah, you know what? It is gluten-free, isn't it? So I took a picture of a few of these gneiss, G-N-E-I-S-S rocks. And I made my learning page. And I went down to the magical basement, and I found my gluten-free Oreo-type cookie box that I had saved. And there's the picture of the different nices, the one with the green, the one with the pink, and the one that looks like a double-stuffed Oreo. And I put down that they're metamorphic rocks, and foliated means all the minerals have lined up. And there's a picture of Possum Patty about to eat the Oreo cookie rock right there. I put Oreo cookie rocks, nice. G-N-E-I-S-S, pronounced nice. And this is amazing. Did you notice something about this cookie box? Did you notice? Raise your hand if you noticed. On the box it says, rock on. Is that not perfect or what? I didn't know the box was going to say that, really. I knew I had this box down the basement. I dug it out. I'm gluing it down to the page. It was a little short, so I just put a little washi tape at the top and bottom, tried to find a color that was sort of like that teal there. And I'm gluing it down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it says rock on. So I had to leave that show. And I wanted the cookies, because look, here you go with the layers, the foliation of the dark and light minerals, just like a pile of Oreo cookies. So this page was super fun to do, but we need to move on to the eye makeup. Okay, eye makeup. All right, so do you ever notice how sparkly eye makeup is? Did you ever read the ingredients on the back? And the first ingredient right there, M-I-C-A, mica. Mica is, you got it, a rock. Now, if you have a pure mica rock, this is what mica looks like if you just have, just regular mica. Okay. Mica looks like this, and it is very, very fragile. Look, it is clear as glass. Matter of fact, it was used for oven doors and things like that. Because it's a rock, it's not going to melt. Well, it will melt, but, it'll take some high heat. So this is a rock right there. That's a rock. That's a mica rock. And you could see right through it. And it comes off in these little sheets, and it gets much thinner than this. This is a very thick piece of mica. The mica gets very, very thin. I had gotten a huge bucket of this stuff from Ruggles Mine in New Hampshire, and I was constantly giving it to all my students when I was teaching school, and they loved this stuff. Let me see if I can find some little pieces here at the bottom. And it just breaks down and gets finer and finer and finer. Oops, here we go. I'll just take out a bunch of it, okay, so. And it's like saran wrap. It gets so thin. And the kids would have a blast. They just peel off all these layers and crumple it up until they have all this sparkly stuff everywhere. So much fun with the mica. Well, out on the road, oops, mica will be everywhere, but that's okay. My house sparkles. My house is so clean. This is called book mica, and it's like all those pages of mica in a book. That's how you remember that, book mica. But this is not from the road, okay? That's from a quarry. The ones from the road are called mica schist. And yes, schist happens. It happens out here on the dirt road in front of my house. And what it is this mica, through a metamorphic process, becomes part of a rock. And you can see it right there. Look at that. See that mica? Okay, now this mica, all those little thin sparkly bits are now part of this harder rock. And oh, you can see it on, look at it on this side. See that mica there? And you can see mica in granite. You can see mica in a lot of different rocks. But this is called mica schist. Look at the rock is just like coated with it. Look at that. Look at that mica. So this is a metamorphic rock. And it's coated with that mica. It's wearing eye makeup. Comes in different colors. This is a gold one. Look at that. Look at that gold. It's probably mica with some iron or something in it. It almost looks kind of pink, doesn't it? Wow. Mica schist. Mica schist. Oh, and I have a green piece. I found this out on the road too. This has got green. Well, it's hard to see in this light, but when you're outside in the sun, this is like a green mica on there, and that's called fuchsite. Okay. So I have this mica schist. Now I have to take a picture of this and do a journal page. So I was thinking two things. Maybe I'll do a spread, and one page I want to do schist. I have to be careful how I say that. Schist happens, right? Now, you know I had a farm in Pennsylvania. And if you have a farm, you have a lot of manure management to handle, let me tell you. So I wanted to make a page with, and this lovely material was gifted to me. I thought I would glue some of this material to the page maybe. It's a little short, but I can put some, I got some cow tape here. I can put some tape on it. And maybe make a card or something, schist happens, and put a picture of the rocks here. And then, because you want to, you know, it's mica schist, so it's full of mica. And mica is eyeshadow. So I thought maybe I would go through my, that big book where you cut out pictures and put like a woman's face here and put some eyeshadow on her. Do something fun on that page, because, you know, this learning is fun. Do it this way, let me tell you. Your personal experience with the rock or whatever it is you're studying, the plants, the animals, it doesn't matter, whatever you're working on. And, you know, what's your personal experience with it? And what's going to help you remember what that is. And so, you know, I know the brownstones in New York, and they're made out of the sandstone that comes from Connecticut. And I mean, I just making personal connections. And of course, cookies. I'm a real cookie monster. I love cookies. So I had that rock that looks like an Oreo cookie. Yes, ma'am. I can remember that. No problem. It is nice. All right, back to the schist. Back to the mica schist. All right, I'm going to go and I'm going to find a picture of a face because I want to put the farm on here, schist happens, and then I just want to do like an auxiliary page about the mica that is in the schist. Okay, I like to use the Elmer's Craft Bond Extra Strength Glue Stick because I find that it works really well with material. So I'm just going to put this all over the page. These do cost a little more than, say, you know, like a school glue stick, or the washables. I don't want to use the washables because I don't think they hold material as well as the permanent ones. And usually I can get the material down pretty smoothly with this stuff. And so I never have to iron the material. I have to leave a little space because it's a little short. Let's see, is that too much space? That's about right. So just make sure you smooth it. Get all the wrinkles out. Because that works pretty well like that. And I've taken pieces of material that were really wrinkled and just put that glue on the page and went like this. Voila! Smooth as a baby's bottom. Okay, now I'm going to, I want to cover up the cow. I can trim across the top, I guess. Don't want to cover up the cow's face, but I want to put that tape there. This is Simple Stories. I got this at Peachy Cheap with their Farm Stories kit. Yeah, I dealt with the manure for 22 years, and I am not missing that much. I am not missing that part of farming. No, I am not. All right, I'm just going to put some on the bottom. I'll be right back. I looked through my box of ransom letters, and these are letters that you cut from a magazine or anywhere, and you save them just like in the olden days. When somebody kidnapped someone and sent them a ransom letter, they would cut out the letters from newspapers so that no one could recognize their writing. So I'm going to put some of this. This is Simple Stories Farm Tape 2. I don't want to cover my cow. Let's see if I could fit it on that. So I tried to go with the black and white theme. Just to make the letters stand out a little bit more. Okay, schist. S. Oh, my letters moved. S. S. C. T. T needs to be trimmed. T. Ooh, it just fitted on. Okay, you want to make sure they're possum straight, which means not straight at all. Schist. All right, now I'm going to do happens, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm getting there. I've got my schist happens, and the picture of, I put the gold one and the really shiny ones in there. Use a little bit of a red background for it. Kind of match the red barn over there. Got my black and white cow theme going around the edge. And schist happens on a farm like it happens nowhere, nowhere else. And I'm not talking rocks either. Okay, enough of that, Possum Patty. Extraordinary things to cut out and collage. In the back, I was thinking, where do I have a picture of a woman's face? And I was like, oh yeah, in here. In here there are some very large, oh here they are. We have Elizabeth Taylor. We have, I don't know. I mean, I know I've seen her in movies. I don't know. I don't know who that is either. I wonder if it tells us who they are. Oh, right, it does. Okay, Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, of course. Audrey Hepburn. Dorothy Dandridge. Marilyn Monroe. And Rita Hayworth. Okay, so we have our choice. Okay, I have to find a face that's going to fit on the page. And we might go, I like Rita Hayworth because I'm going to put the eyeshadow on right there. Although I think it will work with Marilyn also. Decisions. And of course we love Audrey Hepburn. I'm leaning towards, who is this again? Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth. I didn't want to get it wrong. Okay. So let me cut out Rita Hayworth and see if I can get her to fit on the page. I was gifted this wonderful book. People are so generous. I can't believe it. People are so good to me. In this crafty community. Okay, this is going to work out because then I can do my journaling like right there. So I'm going to cut her down and be right back. Okay, day 16, mica schist. Mica has many uses. They use it in electronics, insulation, auto parts, roofing, shingles, paints, and cosmetics. And we have the beautiful Rita Hayworth. And I put some of this heart washi tape around the edge. It was already over here, so I added it to the top and the bottom, keeping with the black and white theme going here. And I'm trying to think, what can I use for the eye makeup? Well, should I use the real mica? Ooh, where is the makeup? Makeup. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's right in front of me. Well, if I put some clear, tacky glue, is it still good? Yeah. On her eyes, and can I powder this up? Knife. What color does she want? She want pink, purple. What goes with her lipstick? Oh yeah, look at that, really. That powders up nice. Okay, I'm just scraping it very lightly. And I'm going to put some clear gel on there. And then I'm going to sprinkle this on. Okay, that's probably way too much right there. But it's very soft. Alright, so we are adding real mica eyeshadow to Rita Hayworth. And then this takes a long time to dry. I love this stuff. I use it to seal my diamond painted journal covers. And I'm almost out. I need to remember to find some more if I could. Alright, so we're going to give her some eye makeup. Doesn't have to be neat because, you know, doesn't have to be too neat. Okay, we'll try one eye at a time. one eye at a time. Uh-oh. Yes, I am making a mess. All right, I'm going to blow this off into the garbage. Okay, so I'm making sure that it's quite obvious that she is wearing eye makeup. I know that's a little heavy on the eyeshadow, but we're making a point here. I could have used like a twinkling pen, but I don't know if the sparkles in that are made out of mica. And I wanted to use something that was real mica. I'm probably going to have to wash my hands very soon, very soon. Okay, I think on the other one I did this, right? I patted it down before I blew it off. Get it stuck in that glue. Okay. Okay, what we have here is some very obvious purple, purple eyeliner that is made from real mica rocks. So just want to thank you for coming along for a few pages of my fun learning journal. We learned that mica is used for many things, including makeup, and I found mica schist rocks out on the lane in front of the road, and they are very sparkly with mica. And a geology joke, schist happens. And my fave, the black and white striped ones that look like Oreo cookies. And these are very, very nice. So thanks for coming along today. I've got to let her makeup dry, so I will leave the journal open and just say bye-bye now.